Alright, here's the big project. This is the door to my crawl space. I built this when I bought the house 6 years ago. This is some nice plywood with a bunch of coats of marine varnish, a little hardware on it. This was the existing framing for it, and it's treated wood, but I just don't like the idea of treated wood that close, or any kind of wood that close to ground. I see termites coming up here, making their way up into their house, up into the house, getting into this sill plate. Before you know it, it's all done. So this is the before picture. Crawl space door. Got some stops in there. Pretty simple stuff. But I'm going to replace this, and that with a PVC. So this is, like I say, this is a before picture, and I'm not going to show you every step, but wish me luck. Okay, this is the new PVC door I've crafted out of PVC molding. This is 3/8. My biggest problem has been just hand tools and tolerances, but I think this is looking pretty good. I've got some more sanding to do to get this thing zeroed in, but for starters, it fits. And I'll pop it out of here and show you how it's joined together. So here's my door. It's made up of 3/8 by 6, which is 3/8 by 5.5. That's a 3.5. Those are 3.5. So that's the bracing. I'm going to go ahead and, these are stainless steel screws. I don't want this, because it's white, I don't want it to rust and have red stains on it. But I just fitted it up. You can see what I'm talking about, my tolerances. Yeah, I suck. If I had a table saw, if I had this, if I had that, I could have done a better job. But I don't, because I'm cheap. This is nice and flush. So I've got a little fine tuning to do on it. And then now that I've got my door made, but I'm happy with it, I'll start ripping this stuff out. And there's a little lip. This is a little bit shy of a cinder block width. So I'm going to come back in with the same dimensions. And if I open this up, I'm going to have to fill this full of some grout. I don't want to make a home for bugs or a place where water will accumulate. So phase 1 is looking all right. All right, I actually made more progress than I meant to today. Peeled this plate off and answered a question. I'm going to have to fill that with some grout. So that's going to be the end of the DNR today. All right, today's episode is brought to you by the following tools. And 63 years of just beating on things till it comes loose. Okay, here's a final tolerance check on everything. I think I'm good to go. This door has plenty of room. My final boards will go under here, too tall. I'll have a hinge up here. All right, there we are. End of the big concrete pour. These CMU units have been filled up with a little bit of insulation in all the right places, and then topped off with a sand cement mix about 1:1, and it mixed it pretty stiff on the bottom, and I loosened up on the top. Not really going for any concrete properties, just dimensional. Get this nice and flat so I don't have any spots that are proud. Now I'm going to go cut 2 boards to fit, and then I'm going to dry fit my plan to cut 2 boards to fit, stack them up like this, make sure I got my, still have my gap the way I want it. That's the plan right there, is to not violate that gap. That one looks good. Then I'll put the door back in place and prop it up somehow and call it a day. It's supposed to get stormy tonight, so this needs to be buttoned up for the weather. And with a tiny bit of luck, this concrete will hydrate and set up overnight. Here's the end of day one. The door is friction fit in place. Concrete is poured in the CMU blocks, or placed in CMU blocks. My trim boards are on top of that. Tomorrow, or whenever it stops raining, I'll get in here and replace these with the same trim boards. I have a piano hinge up here. I'll attach it here first and get it up in here and finish it off, put the hardware on it, put the locks on it, and call it a done deal. So that's day one done.